start with the Bikram twist.
Okay.
So, with this, again, depending, and again, guys, you need to have a look at whether the main aspect of the posture is the twist, obviously. And obviously, we're obsessed with bending the knee. The more this hip comes off the floor, the anchor of the twist is through the hips. So grabbing down through the hips is going to give you the ability to then, because as soon as this hip lifts, the twist in the lower back obviously softens, it doesn't get its full impact unless that hip is grounded down. My hip lifts, but I'll always make an effort and be conscious that I put it back down before I go into the final stage of it. So, coming over, grabbing the knee. Now, what a lot of people do to do this is just collapse your spine. Well, maybe not that bad. That's a bit excessive. You're doing it there. So, to reach back, if you're not keeping the length in the spine, then it's better not to do that than reach back. Chest proud, obviously bring the hand off the floor to take the bind deeper. It works into the upper middle part of your back more as well. Less it's getting into the lower back a little bit more, but working into the upper spine. From there, you can then take a bind and put the arm through. I don't know if Sarah's quite warmed up for this. And again, look at the alignment of the shoulders is good. It's good to know where to kind of, let's turn you around the other way, so that you can see your hands in that position.
So...
No, it might be good to go again. That way, yeah.
Okay.
So, using a strap for this, I don't know if you'll have enough time. Might be good if you're working with it, then practice it maybe after the class. Look at the plumb line of Sarah's head to her spine, right? So there's a nice alignment there that's giving her that ability to keep that twist in the spine without it bending and collapsing. Yeah? Okay, so I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to do that in my lifetime, but it's the access that you're getting into the body through your practice that gives you the ability to then take it into these deeper expressions. Okay,
Use your core more. If you don't have the hand on the floor, then you really need to use your core more.
Yeah. Well, look, what about that? Put that without the bind, wrap it round.
Just this?
See,
hug the knee and like that, is what you mean?
That's also a deeper twist. By hugging the knee in, have a go with it. So just turn around and show the front side. It's about getting the shoulder further round. See what I mean? Look, that is quite a deep twist, that is. I can feel that, yeah? I don't know if that's deeper than your bind, is it?
It's about the same.
It's about the same. So, and I think, you'll definitely have more control by doing it like this. Maybe even that there,
Like this?
This, wrapping that way.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Mm.
There. So like that lunge twist bind, we'll have a look at it as well. That's another way of doing it, where you're using the pressure against the thigh to create that rotation a little further round into the middle upper back. I actually get a better twist out of, in that Bikram one, is to wrap my arm around the knee than try and hold the knee. My body tends to tighten up a little bit when I do it like that. I actually get more out of it by doing the twist like this, for me. Okay. Questions on that? Any questions? No?
Yeah, and yeah, if you're doing the bind, you've got to really internally rotate the shoulder first. Try and not collapse the chest. You want to elongate the spine, internally rotate the shoulder, and then thread it through so that you've got lots of space. And ideally, like the closer you can get your armpit into the knee or the thigh, the better.
And also, just with that twist as well, the more you're anchoring with this foot that's on the floor, the more it will keep your hip on the floor.
True.
A lot of people tend to have this foot half lifted, and it's not actually, it's really helping to ground that right hip down on that side. Okay, so let's have a look at that squat bind.
Okay.
So I think I'll probably do you back to front.
Okay.
You
So
want to turn
backwards?
that way around.
Yep.
So we do coming down, and then let's put right hand down and left arm up. Right, okay, so there's that. So again, the key here is to try and get your armpit into this knee. So really take your time to take this, because the space with this arm is always, you've got the extension on it. It's the work you're going to do down here that's going to give you the ability to get that grip there. Yeah, again, I would say it's quite difficult to then use a strap in this. You probably can, but the aspect that the class is moving at quite a pace, it might be good something that you practice when you're not in the class, because obviously using a strap here gives you a little bit more access into the shoulders. So keeping that available. So have a try of that, have a try. So let's get Sarah turning. Can you turn to the side for me? Yeah, so put the arm. Yeah, okay. So just having a look at how you're trying to get that knee into your armpit to get as much access around your tricep and your upper arm, and then that gives you the ability to bring. The work is obviously in the arm that's going round to take the bind, as you have the free arm to give the access. Good, nice, Rennie, yeah, good. Do you do that in your class, in practice, Glenn?
No.
Yeah. The thing as well is, you know, when you start to do these, your breathing goes to pot, because you tend to, when you're setting yourself up, you tend to hold your breath, so you've got to be a little bit careful with that. You bind obviously in this, Alison.
Yeah, so I hold my wrists.
All right, so here, look, you want her body, Glenn, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not for that. The wife will be up for it as well, don't worry.
That's fine, we'll do that at the weekend.
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's that one. There's also, let's do the seated one, where similar situation, if you do your back to the camera,
Okay.
and sit down, left leg out, right leg in. Okay, maybe turn around this way. Yeah. And again, there's this one where again it is getting that setup of this knee into the armpit, keeping this hip grounded, which it tends to lift, and then I sometimes do a twist in this initially, just gently, before then you come forward into it. So maybe that's more accessible into a bind as you're going into it.
Yeah, and you really have the stability of this foot as well.
You have what, sorry? The stability
Yeah, you
of...
can really press into this foot to get the leverage.
Yeah. Right, maybe try that so that the squat bind will be more accessible, because here you're more stable in this one. Yeah? Okay. Any questions with that? No? All good? Again, check that your anchor, your sit bones are the anchor, and they anchor you into that.
You can also just put the hands on the mat for this one.
Yeah.
If you can't.
If you can't get the arm around, yeah. Again, you can use a strap, but it's quite disorientating. Okay, let's pick that up. You do it yourself. Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, strap obviously just creates more space for you to be able to access the posture. Great opening for the shoulders, getting the twist into the spine. Let's have a look at this lunge. Bind, twist.
Is it against this, right?
Yeah. So, let's have a look. Okay. So let's thread that arm through. The key to this as well is to stay low. If you tend to lift your hips up, so you've got less room for the bind to actually take. Again, hugging that armpit into the thigh there as you're using that as your leverage to get the way through. Let's turn around the other way, Sarah. Can you just turn around so you can see it from the back? And probably for you, Alison, you hold the wrist in this?
I did, because what I've been concentrating on is not letting my arse stick out, is to keep my bum and my knee and my hips properly aligned.
Good, yeah. Because that, yeah, very good. Because that really activates this posture into your glute. Good.
Yeah, I'm holding basically here.
Right, Jesus Christ, man. Right, okay. So, and then, you know, from there you can engage that leg. So it makes it a little bit stronger into this hamstring, and that rotation as well as you're turning from the upper part of your back, middle back, lower back leg strong, shoulders back and down. And again, keeping your breath moving nice, deep and slowly. Okay, let's come out of that.
There's this one that can kind of get you warmed up and open your shoulders up.
Yeah. So you can use a strap with this one. You've got time with it. Like my side, I can do. Right side, I can hold. The thing is, I don't do this posture that much. I probably should do it more. The thing is, what happens here is your ribs tend to stick out. So tuck the ribs back and down once you've got the grip there, and then press your head back into your arm, and that gives you a little bit more opening into this armpit and this shoulder socket here. So for me, on the opposite side, I'm quite far out with this one. So for me, I just need to work it a little bit more. It's quite strong as well, and that if you're doing it in cow face and you come forward in it, it's really, really powerful across the shoulders. And binds that you're working with, again, after your practice, stuff that you're trying out, do it after class when you're nice and warmed up and the body's got a little bit more, you've got more access into it.
But this is a really good exercise for opening your shoulders to get in, to prepare, you know, to, if you can't do
Right, yeah, Sarah's saying this is a great shoulder opener for your other stuff that will help you to access your other binds by using this opener. If you come forward in that, it gets quite powerful, you know, especially if you've got your legs crossed in a cow face posture. And, you know, you can lessen this, you can increase it so it gives you more accessibility into it if you're trying to move into it a little bit more powerfully. Okay, the other one I just wanted to... Sorry, any questions on that? That's pretty straightforward, is it?
If you're doing cow face, so I've got my right knee on top, do I then have my right arm on top?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah? Where are you with that then? Is that you're quite open across the shoulders?
Yeah, my head touches the floor.
Yeah, okay. Cow.
My
Nice.
boobs get a bit in the way, but I'm there.
You're getting there. Good.
You've got to be careful not to wing this shoulder blade out though. So.
Yeah, so just be careful with this. Try and keep the arms in position. And as I said, we tend to do that, trying to get this access in. Make sure that you tuck the ribs back in once you start to set yourself up to go forward. Okay, I just wanted to do the lunge twist. So when I do this in class, can you do that twist to start with? Yeah, and then we open the arms out, and then I always give the options, you know, if you want to bind, you can bind. Binding is pretty tough in that posture, but a good way to do it that is really strong as well is also you can place your. Can you come back into it?
Yep. Hold on, I've lost my balance.
If you place your arm, yeah, and then if you place this arm here and take this arm back, by pressing this arm against that thigh, look at you get a lot of rotation through there. It's quite strong when you try it out. And what you're doing, putting the energy onto this forearm, onto that thigh, that gives you the leverage of bringing this shoulder, left shoulder forward here, right shoulder back. Right, so it's getting the work into the shoulders as well, so your then ability through your other binds, then that grip might come underneath. But as a gateway, and also maybe as an advance movement forward onto that lunge twist, that is a really good posture. Knee on the floor gives you more control with your balance. That's quite strong, no?
Yeah, you still get the really
You get
twist.
very strong twist there in your, it's really getting across into your shoulders. These binds also really help to get the shoulder into the twist, and as you're drawing up from the middle back, it will quite naturally draw also from the base of the spine. And then lift it off the floor. Once you've got it in position, she's been drinking again, this one. She's on the ayahuasca. Good. She's bloody solid. She's bloody solid, this woman. Right, okay. Any questions there, guys? Yeah, try them out. After class, give it a go, and then you'll slowly... The thing is with these binds as well, because they're, you know, when you're not doing them, they seem really inaccessible to you, right? But strangely enough, you find, oh my God, I can actually get into that if I've got a little bit more time and a bit more support. So then it gives you the encouragement to take it more into your class. And quite naturally, you're trying something that's more challenging, especially with one, you will hold your breath. So you've got to be really careful with that, because your body will tend to just lock up and it won't give you the access in that you're looking for. Anything else, Anna?
Yeah, I used to have so much trouble binding, but it's one of those things, once you start doing it, it actually comes, it moves along quite quickly if you keep trying. Does that make sense? But it seems really difficult in the beginning.
So
if
you
just keep trying, I actually found that it moved a lot, it did progress. The more I kept trying.
Yeah, and obviously the straps and things give you that access to get into it a little bit more.
Yeah.